I'm Jenny Hall,
I'm Cody.
and this is our story. Back in 2010 is when we decided that we wanted to start our family, just a few years after we got married, and it did not come easy to us. We struggled for many, many months, and months turned into a year before we got introduced to go see a fertility doctor. And through IVF, we were able to conceive on the first try. On June 26th, just 20 and a half weeks pregnant, my water broke. We were admitted into the hospital, and just after a few short days after we learned that we were having a son, which we were so excited about, we were told that I was going to go into labor at any moment, and that at 20 and a half weeks that our son wasn't going to have a fighting chance if he was born. And so the first night we were there, we're just waiting for him to come because all the doctor said it was going to happen no matter what. He was going to be here. One day turned into 2 days and he still wasn't there, and 2 days turned into 3 days, and just the miracles were taking place that I hadn't had our baby yet. I hadn't had our son yet. We made it to August 8th, and that was at 26 weeks, 6 days. And we had to go in and do an emergency C-section, which I hadn't planned for at all, wasn't prepared for it, was very scared. That's a big procedure that you're doing. When they said that they had pulled him out, he wasn't crying, and I didn't hear him. But they pulled him around and they turned him so we could finally see him, and he was beautiful. Hayes was born at 2:53 p.m. in the afternoon, and he was doing great until about 10 o'clock, and that's when the nurses came into the room and told us that he was struggling, and that we needed to get to the NICU as quickly as possible.
You know, they gave Hayes pain medicine and had removed him from the wires, and then the first thing they said was, "Would you like to hold your son and go to a separate room?" And Hayes was with us till 2:04 a.m. And we knew where Hayes was going. He was going to be an angel in heaven, and that was God's plan, and he had fulfilled his mission in life, and that's why I call it his missional life. He had done it in a short 11 hours and 11 minutes, and the impact he made on us just by being here for that short time changed our lives forever.
He took his last breath while I was holding him in my arms, and I did know at that moment where he was going to go, but it was really hard to let him go. As I was reflecting and thinking about all of our days in the hospital, I remember thinking about the first day that we had gone into the hospital, and when we were going in, seeing all these banners with all these little babies on these banners, and it said March of Dimes and March for Babies, and it said how little they were. There's 1 pound 12 ounces and 2 pounds 13 ounces, and that they were now 5 and 6 years old. And so I started thinking about what is March of Dimes? What is this? How are they impacting babies? They just come up with life-saving research and medicines to help prevent premature births and birth defects, and how they've been doing this for years and years and years, and that all of those life-saving medicines were used on our son to help him have the fighting chance that he deserved. And I just knew in my heart, I was so thankful that somebody out there had done this that could potentially have saved our son. And just knowing that if March of Dimes hadn't been around, there would have been no hope. There would have been no hope for our Hayes. There would be no hope for any of those babies in the NICU. And it just struck a chord, and I just know that this is something that we needed to do. This is something we needed to be involved in, so other parents could benefit from the March of Dimes as well, and those life-saving research and medicines that they discover and develop on a daily basis.
You know, our son fought hard for 11 hours and 11 minutes. It's time for us to fight for him. And we're finding our way doing that through the March of Dimes. It's saving babies' lives. It's saving families' lives. It's saving marriages. Without surfactant, without that drug alone, that miracle drug, we weren't guaranteed to have 11 hours and 11 minutes.
That same year in December, we started the IVF process again, and the first time again, just a miracle. Hayes and Jesus decided that they were going to give us another baby, and we became pregnant, and at 37 weeks, we had our beautiful baby girl named Ellie. You know, after she was born, I know March of Dimes had an impact on her too, even though she didn't need the surfactant to help her lungs. She was a healthy, beautiful baby. March of Dimes developed tests to make sure they are healthy.
On August 12th of 2013, we were at a local funeral home here in Waco, Texas, saying our goodbyes to our son for the final time. And 1 year later to the day, on August 12th, 2014, we welcomed his sister and our beautiful daughter Ellie into this world. Our story may be bringing somebody out of their own prison that they're going through right now. And if we can be an impact, if we can collaborate, if we can join forces with March of Dimes, assist in the fundraising, keep growing this organization and this mission, you're going to change lives around the world, not just here locally, not just in the U.S., but around the world. We can all make a difference.